$29.47. 49.47. 49.47. 29.47. 29.47. I don't remember the song. Magic of the people. Alright, stop. I see people coming in. Not ready. People touching my stuff, man. Don't stop touching my stuff. Stuff touchers. Hold on. Wait, I can't hear anybody yet. I'm late, I know I'm late. I'm late. People touching my stuff. I'm not ready to go. It's been a difficult morning, people. Difficult morning. Had to walk halfway to slavery because Betsy having electrical problems. I'm not even sure y'all can hear me. I'm just yelling. Hang on. I'm getting myself together. Y'all give me a minute. Sometimes in the morning you need a minute to get yourself together and get myself together. Hold on. People touching my stuff. Stop touching my stuff. Everything's about touching people's stuff. Wait a minute. That ain't sound right. Hold on. I know y'all can hear me. Hold on. Stuff touchers. Stop. All right. There we go. All right. People touching my stuff. I can't even find half the things. I'm not ready to go. But we're going to have to go. All right. Good morning, man. Good morning. Stuff. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is my morning going great. It's going wonderful. All right. Turn the volume down. Stuff touchers. People touching my stuff. It's not like I got a lot of stuff. I don't have a bunch of stuff. I got a little stuff. Just look. Whoa. I got a little stuff. Oh, somebody take that, put that in a music clip. Got a little stuff. All right. I'm not ready to go because somebody was touching my stuff. I can't even put my phone. Maybe that's one of the problems with the world is we got stuff. Maybe we got to give up stuff. Oh, by the way, I just saw a pop-up for Zeitgeist Movement. Just released a video. What's wrong with money? Watch it. I'm going to go ahead and share it even before I watch it. I don't even have to watch it. I already know Zeitgeist Movement is going to be off the hook. Is my mic on? Mic's on. Good. Okay. It's going to be off the hook. What's wrong with money? Damn it. How much time you got? Take a lifetime to tell you all things wrong with money. It don't even come with the physical debate. I know nothing is wrong with money. It's just a physical thing. But you can't have money on a planet full of 98% monkeys, half evolved, unsentient, non-civilized creatures. Then money just makes them real moody. All right, hold on. I'm calming down. People move my stuff. It messes my morning up. Y'all, I got a routine. Don't let you get a routine in the morning. You get all your stuff together and people start touching your stuff. Hey, I know y'all gonna say, but I thought you believed in your own property. I know. I don't. But it's gonna take us a while to evolve to becoming an ecosystem and not having borders. I got borders around my stuff. All right. We're almost ready to go. Comments right there. No, we're not almost ready to go. I got comments. Don't touch my stuff! I'm sorry. Dang it. All right, I need something. Okay, this is what I do. Water to the rescue. I need something to hold my phone. All right, water right there. Drink a gallon of water a day, people. You are hydrogen machines. You need lots of water. All right, that's gonna hold that. Because I have a stand. I have this concrete stand I made to hold my phone. Somebody took my stuff. All right, there you go. I'm almost ready. Everybody okay? How's everybody doing this morning? Y'all doing good? Y'all having good mornings? I ain't. I had to walk halfway to slavery. I didn't walk halfway. I'm lying. I'm making that up. I walked a few feet, but I had to walk in the rain. It's raining outside. Bessie's having electrical trouble. I haven't had time to figure that out. And then I get here. I'm trying to get set up in my little studio. Somebody touching my stuff! All right. We're good. This is why people don't watch me. Like, that man is crazy. What the hell are you watching? You need to go do something with your life. All right. We're almost ready. Oh my goodness. Oh, that. Nobody was touching my stuff. There you go. There you go. I'm sorry. There ain't nobody here. I'm doing that. All right, hold on. Nope. Okay. Somebody, did I put it there? I don't think I put it there. Somebody moved my stuff. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, I'm wet, dripping wet. Can't figure. All right, here we go. Good. Who said I'm hungover? No pot, I don't even drink. Here you go, right? See, I got this little stand. Isn't this cute? I made a little concrete stand. Look like a tree. Oh, you can't see it because of the green screen. Don't worry about it. Look like a little tree stump. And I put my phone in it like, look, the camera's right there. Boom! And that's how I read your comments. All right. Whew. Sorry, nobody touched my stuff. It was just me again. All right. Woo! We got some stuff to talk about today, y'all. All right. So water holds this device so I can see what y'all are talking about. I'm not talking to my damn self. And I know, did he say talk to? He just spent the last 20 minutes talking to himself. He's supposed to be trying to have a discussion on something. He's talking to himself. I talk to myself all the time. No, I'm not looking at your comments hardly. Not yet. I'm almost set up. All right. Besides, my friend said I can talk to myself. That's normal and it's okay. And anything my friend say, okie dokie, it's okie dokie. All right. Whew, got that all out the way. If you, oh, by the way, I'm almost ready. Hang on, I just got to put in the YouTube comments to really get going. If you want something polished, and remind people, every 100 videos I got to remind people, if you want something polished, you want somebody who knows what's going on, you want somebody that's going to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do, where to go, how to be there. If you want a leader, you want something concise, somebody done figured the world out, did all the research. This is not the broadcast you should be watching. You need to go over to YouTube and find the people who know everything. I don't know a damn thing. I can't even find my cell phone holder. We have discussions here. All right, discussions. Hold on, where's YouTube? Flat out discussions. Nobody know it all. You go watch people who know it all. I don't know a damn thing. My friends, they know a lot though. They know a lot, not individually. Individually, as stupid as I am. Hold on. But when you put all these people together, you got this hive mind. Oh my goodness, talking about sex. Woo! These people, they know what they're talking about. But individual, they just 98% monkeys dumb as a bag of bricks, just like me. All right, that's why I like collective world. We act like a collective, we get to survive. We keep acting like dumb 98% foolish monkeys. Pigs in the mud. Pigs not known, pigs stink. We all gonna die. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, YouTube comments. All right, everybody calm. Y'all okay now? Y'all, I know y'all having a rough morning. Y'all okay? Everybody good? Everybody good? All right, let's get started. That feels better. Sometimes you just gotta do that in the morning. All right, nobody touched my stuff. We ready to go. How's everybody doing? You know what I was thinking about? Oh, I didn't change the music. Sound crew messing up again. Volume down low. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? Okay? Anybody abused out there? Y'all abused? Anybody? Y'all abused? I'm not joking with abuse. I'm just saying we live on an abusive planet. In the mud. Pigs don't know pigs stink. I was thinking about this morning. How much trouble did I get in this morning? I posted. Is that Jasmine? Said, oh, I finally understood something you posted. I can't help it. I might be part. What is it? Is it called Tourette's? Tourette's. I might have Tourette's, y'all. I got a lot of friends that diagnose that type of stuff. I might have Tourette, something down, flip, sideways. I might have some of that stuff. I get these thoughts and I just post them. And it's like, oh, and hopefully you can follow where I'm going. All right, what are we talking about this day? Oh yeah, commitment. Oh yeah, that post. That's what I want to tell you about. Commitment. No, not don't touch my stuff, Amanda. That's not the video. No, y'all supposed to touch people's stuff. That's how we we populate the planet. That's why y'all hate men. We like to touch people's stuff. Men got an extra dose of that DNA stuff touching. Otherwise, we would have propagated across this whole planet. Now I know y'all hate men for it now. They can't keep their hands in the pockets. But if we didn't have that, we'd have died out long ago. Damn it, men, if you didn't have women, you'd have died out long ago too. So anyway, stuff touching is okay, but that's not the show. That's not what we're gonna talk about today. Don't touch people's stuff on the show. No, it's commitment. Commitment. Because I was thinking about this. Like, you ever meet somebody and they got all these secrets? Like, they don't want to tell the truth about nothing, just be lying. You can tell they hiding stuff, red flags just going off everywhere. You can tell they withhold a lot of information. Withholding a lot of information. People that you just, you get that feeling. They got secrets. Lots of secrets. Would you make a commitment to them? Would you let them babysit your children? Would you let them look after the next generation? We say, you know what, dating thing ain't really working out too much. I'm not sure I can commit to you, but do you babysit? Would you look after the next generation? People with secrets. Secrets. I'm anti-secret, y'all. I'm anti-secret. I think the planet goes the right way when there's no secrets. I think relationships and marriages, interrelations go good when there's no secrets, when everybody know every damn thing. Where you been, where you can put that, whose stuff you're touching, people. Somebody explain voting to me. Somebody explain the commitment of voting, committing, sticking to a violent system that you don't trust, that keeps secrets, but you're gonna let it look after the next generation. You're gonna let it look at the modern, the current generation, and the next generation. Somebody explain voting, because I still got a lot of voting friends. Now they scared to say nothing because y'all done scared them. See, because y'all all hyper in the morning and stuff. Why would you commit to something you don't trust? Why would you commit to something that's withholding secrets? Why would you commit fidelity to something that is an infidel? Oh, there wasn't too wrong about that. Talking about your Pentagon, infidels, people lie, keep secrets. You don't have no secrets, but your government got secrets. And speaking of my cell phone holder, I got this cell phone. It's an information technology device where I put my secrets. But I don't put nothing that y'all can't know, because I know none of them secure. None of them are secret. I'm gonna tell y'all a little hint. Tell you a little hint about information technology. I spent my life in information technology. I'm gonna tell you a little hint. I was a little geek kid, started programming when I was 7. Let me tell you about information technology. It is the philosophy of sharing information on technology. It will never be secure, ever, ever. The whole purpose of the thing is to share information. There will always be a hole, a back hole, a loop, or whatever. You got secrets, don't put it on those devices. But speaking of that, I don't trust your government. I don't trust them, dirty bastards. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Why? Because they got secrets, and I don't get to have secrets. I don't get to have secrets, but they have secrets, and y'all want me to go vote. Y'all want me to be in the toxic relationship that you're in. I feel like I'm speaking to abused friends. I feel half the time this is how I feel like. This is why I empathize with people. They say, how you empathize with everybody? I do. I feel like they're abused. I feel like you're abused people. Your political party, your government, they've been beating the hell out of you, and you just don't realize, like, oh, they're gonna stop beating me this time. No, they're not. No, they're not. Nothing's happened. Nothing changed. You didn't change anything. You still doing the same damn thing. You cooking chicken. You making sure the bed is made. You're making his lunch. You're giving him some, and he out Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, come on 4 a.m. Your government obviously cheating on you. Got all kind of secrets. You can't look at their cell phone. You can't look at the pentagram. You can't look at anything. They got all these damn secrets. You ain't changed nothing, and you still voting. Oh, baby, he's gonna be okay. We gonna get through it. Baby, it's okay. I love you. We gonna get through it. And I think my friends, y'all let me know, hit the like button if you agree with what I'm saying here. And I feel like I'm talking to my family and friends like, listen, no, they're not gonna stop abusing you because you haven't done anything. You're still doing everything that you're enabling them. Is anybody picking up what I'm putting down here? I feel like this is why I have empathy for people, because I feel like you're in a toxic relationship with the people who run your damn world, got all your secrets. And I'm trying to tell you, change. You got to leave them. You got to do something. Put some glass in, put some glass in the soup. Put some, I don't know, some poison in the okra or something. Okra already got that poison, that natural poison. You're in an abusive relationship. You're in a toxic relationship. But pigs don't know pigs stink. And half the time, I'm trying to figure out, how do you say in a different way You're being abused, man. We love you. Stop voting. Stop making sure the chicken is warm. Damn it, he ain't come home by 7 o'clock. You don't get no warm chicken. Your chicken get cold. Damn, you may not even get no chicken. You gotta change something because violent power never concedes anything unless you have leverage. You demand things from violent people. You don't ask nicer. Again, you can't vote change into violent people who literally murder children for jobs. That's why I love the president. I love the president. I'ma say it, y'all go and get mad. I love the president. I love Donald Trump. Why do I love Donald Trump? Because he finally told you what the other bastards were too slick to tell you. They murder people for jobs. They murder people for money. They murder people for profit. And thank God on the high heavens, people saying, Trump, is Jesus come again? He ain't Jesus, y'all. I'm letting you know, he ain't Jesus. He is not Jesus. But he finally said the truthful things. We kill people for jobs. So now we can have a full discussion. This is why I hate secrets. I'm glad a social media thug is your president, and I hope he wins again. No, actually, I don't. I hope your whole government collapses with your monetary systems and all of that, and we go back to being human beings. But he told you the truth. And so violent powers that are willing to murder children, what will they concede without a demand from the people, all the people, and leverage? All the people, not the people list, but the people that actually give a damn about children over their health care, over their walls, over their, I don't know, what else are they crying about? These kids in cages. They are murdering people, and they've always been doing it. All right. They concede nothing unless you change. And you can figure out whatever change you want to pick. Me, I ain't voting for it. I'm done with it. I'm done. They can all go to hell. They can all go back to the hell they came from. Damn it. Put the Pentagon in full remission, shut it down. I'm waiting for the next government shutdown. I just want the whole damn thing to shut. Go ahead, shut it down. The Pentagram, they help more people as a hemp farm. You know, it used to be a hemp farm before it became that massive pentagram murderous kill machine. All right. Everybody okay? Everybody, y'all good? I'm a little excited this morning. One, because people's touching my stuff, and I had to walk here in the rain. And who was that? Peg, where you at? Peg here, Peggy, Sister Peggy here. She done sent me that video of the USS Liberty. Damn it, I might have to get a picture. I'm pissed off. Actually, I'm not really pissed. I don't get pissed. I'm just annoyed. I thought I heard it all. Did y'all watch the USS Liberty video? Y'all didn't watch it? Please watch it. So who is it? True News is doing a documentary on the USS Liberty. Some of the truth is about to come out about your violent, murderous government. Not only do they murder children for jobs and all over Yemen and 5 million people since 9/11, they actually murder U.S. servicemen. This is like Veterans Day Part 2. Part 2. I thought I knew it all. Quick quiz. Does everybody know what the USS Liberty is? If you don't know, say, nah, I don't know. Tell me something. If you know, then don't say nothing. Only one ship that we know of in world history, let alone U.S. history, was actually hit by napalm. Napalm. Y'all know what napalm is? Napalm is basically an explosive bomb device that's like Greek fire. There you go. Greek fire. Take Greek fire times 1,000. And that's not scientific, nor is it chemical. Only one ship in U.S. history had napalm dropped on it. Let me show you what napalm looks like. Y'all know what napalm looks like? One ship in U.S. history, and thank goodness for the True News. I think they're like a heavy conservative channel or something, that they're actually going to talk about this. This is what napalm looks like. Only one ship in U.S. history had napalm dropped on it with human beings living on it. Human beings with badges that say United States Navy, NSA. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of NSA. USS Liberty was a spy ship. And that also happens to be one of the few ships in history that the government turned its back and refused to help its soldiers. Let 30 some of them burn up to death. Sustained attack. The things that I heard on that interview that I didn't hear before. I thought I heard it all. Nope. Ain't heard it all. And we still haven't heard it all. Like, this is a scary thing. This is what I talk about when I talk about like women and women's rights and them being the most abused creature that's ever been on this planet. The worst abuse you never really know about. The worst soldiers on that deck, the worst human beings that were burned up under fire, being hit by torpedoes and over 5,000 shells, and I forgot how many tens of thousands of machine gun fire. You'll never know the worst because they're dead, they're gone, they were burned up and buried. But not only that, but after the attack stopped, 16 hours before Lyndon Johnson would let anybody go help sailors on the USS Liberty. 16 hours. Not only were they shot, blown up, hit by napalm, submarine torpedo attack, but there was a ship. There was a ship somewhere in the European theater, an American ship. They were doing war games. I forgot the name of it. And this is on the testimony. I posted a link. You can listen to it. There was a junior radio officer, and he was listening in, and he heard it. He heard the screams. He heard the attack in between the jamming of the USS Liberty, because the USS Liberty was jammed, specifically the channels that they broadcast distress and the defense communications on. Somebody gave this country that attacked America, that murdered all of these sailors, the frequencies to jam and exactly where to hit the ship to cripple each of the 45 antennas. Once again, it was an intelligence ship. That's what they did, was intelligence. Lots of antennas. Within the first 5 seconds, they knocked out all the antennas. And in between attacks, because they can only jam, they have to attack and then jam. They knew the precise frequencies to jam so they could attack to try to murder them. For some of the accounts. The junior radio officer, who is now suffering from mental illness, probably because of this event, heard the screams in between the attacks, called everybody he could, got 30 people in the radio room. Our boys are under attack. Our boys are under attack. We need help. Called the White House, responded with F-4 fighter jets. The boys was going in to save their brothers and sisters. It's a carrier group. And they reached someone in one of the war rooms. I don't know which. I have to listen to the testimony. And the man, this wasn't McCain's daddy. McCain's daddy was involved, but this was another man high up in the U.S. government. Said, recall the fighters. And the captain of that ship said, you're not high enough rank to make me recall the fighters. We are going to save our sailors. Something to that effect. And the next voice he heard on the phone was your president, Lyndon Johnson, who said, you will recall those fighters or you will be court-martialed. Recall the fighters. His words, I believe specifically, were, I'm not going to embarrass an ally for the lives of a few sailors. I don't want to talk about the Liberty. That's not what I'm doing today. I'm just trying to say that violent powers concede nothing. Violent powers that will murder children, turn their back on their brothers, turn their back on their sisters for whatever reason. I don't care. People say, well, that's what we do. We sacrifice our own to get into wars. And you could be a psychopath that cheers that, and that's you. I'm okay with that. That's you. The reason doesn't really matter. These are violent, murderous people. And to what ends? They'll do anything. To whatever the ends are, they'll do anything. So anyway, it's a graphic account for me to look at. Sometimes I think you should pretend life is a game. That's what I think you should do. I think you should pretend that we are in a simulation. I think you should pretend that we all came here and we get points for being decent people. I think you should pretend that you're in a game, so you shouldn't be scared, that you're a spiritual creature trapped in a human experience, and you're willing to stand up and do what's right when it's right, because it's right. And you get points for that. I think that would help. I don't know why people are scared to not vote. I don't get that for the life of me. I don't understand it. Other than the abuser relationship. That relationship between the abused, that toxic relationship that people can't seem to let go to do something greater. You know, the thing that we're all supposed to agree on. We're not supposed to agree on socialism, communism, and capitalism. We're not supposed to agree on all the white, black, immigrant, white supremacy, black supremacy, welfare, whatever. We're not supposed to agree on that. Why? Because most of us are indoctrinated for conflict, to conflict with other people we don't know. But we're always supposed to agree on children. We're always supposed to agree on babies. We're always supposed to agree on don't kill babies, period. There is no discussion above that. And that's where we are. We're in a position where we either continue to agree to go along with psychopathic killers who are killing for jobs, killing for money, or do something different. And I just think you got to do something different. All right, that's my rant. I don't know what I was going to talk about today. Somebody move my stuff. Move my stuff, it breaks my day up. How are y'all doing today? A little somber, Veterans Day Part 2, but it's the real talk. Real talk when you process, we don't control our country. And most of you don't control your country. That the big banks, the powerful people in this world control everything and give you a sense of self. That is the self they give you, the nation they give you, the race and religion that they give you to control you. Like, there's a question I asked. I was talking about pets. I was thinking about pets this morning. Going back to George Carlin, he said, you have owners. They own you. I was thinking about pets. Y'all ever heard of pet farm? Animal farm? Your pets. If you had no secrecy in your house, no secrecy at all, your pets knew everything. They knew how to open the door. They knew how to cook food. They knew how to grow food. They knew how to hunt. They knew if there were no secrets, you had absolutely no secrets at all. They knew how to turn the heat up and turn the air conditioner on. They knew how to fluff their own little bed, put it in the washing machine. If there were no secrets in your house, would you still have pets? Would your pets, would they still be your pets if you had no secrets? If they knew everything you knew? No, they would be free. They'd free themselves. I know, they're pet owners here. I'm a pet owner. I'm just thinking out loud. You can only own a thing by having secrets. You can only control a thing by having secrets. I suspect that freeing the human race is the same damn thing. Humans don't know what's true. Humans don't, there are too many secrets in government. There are too many secrets above government. The Rothschild level, there are probably too many secrets above that. But as long as we have an earth where there are secrets, you'll have pets. And we are pets. We are playthings. Don't you want to be better than that? Don't you want to know what funk? Don't you want to know, like, pigs don't know pig stink? Don't you want to smell the funk for the first time? Like, I have somebody up there wants to debate me. I have no debate for you. I'm not even sure I know you. Was that Brother Sean or somebody? I have no debate for you. What are we going to debate about? We're going to debate about the secrets I don't know and the secrets you don't know? You know, your indoctrination debate with my indoctrination? So we have an indoctrination debate in the Matrix. Why does that make any sense? What good is that even going to do? Debate things that we both don't know in a world we both own no resources. Like, yeah, all right. I won't explain it there. Anyway, that's where I'm at today. No secrets. There should be no secrets, absolutely nowhere. I'm gonna look at comments, and if not, we'll take a peek at the news. Voting is a waste of time. Stacey, I 100% agree. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, fellas. How you doing? Hashtag walk away. Yes, Jasmine, I agree with you. We need to walk away. We need to walk away from the abuser. When he comes home, no. When he comes home, we should have everything packed, girl. Everything should be packed. Before he comes home and puts on his white beater, that's not happening. That used to happen. That ain't happening no more. You come on and put on the white beater. If I don't get out the house by the time you get home, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be something. But I think we need to do something different. I'm not talking violence, I'm talking walk away. All you gotta do is walk away from violent systems and they collapse. They literally need you to keep wanting to be a pet. It's like a German Shepherd. I got friends that got German Shepherds. I used to have a German Shepherd. I used to have Akita too. Akita's a better example because Akitas were used for hunting bears in Japan. I grew up with 2 Akitas. Why was I the master and this massive 150-pound dog, Wolf, that hunts bears, was the slave? Secrets. I knew things they didn't know. I knew where the food was. I knew how to go up in the cabin and get the food. I had secrets as an 8-year-old kid that at 80 pounds, that this massive monster twice my weight didn't have. And that's the only reason it was my pet. It was enslaved because it didn't know what I knew. But damn it if that Akita realized one day what freedom was. Damn it one day it realized what it's like to run in the woods and eat food. If it realized how delicious I was at 80 pounds. If the human race ever figured out what freedom tastes like, if the human race ever knew what liberty could be, if the human race ever even considered the problems we could solve and where we could go, if we were just one family in action, not in words, not just in the scriptures that people don't read, don't give a damn about, even though they go to church every Sunday. Not in the signs that people claim they love and everything, flat earth is funny, but they only don't believe we came from the same people. And we're all family, we're all cousins. If people actually acted what they believed, imagine what we would solve. Imagine what we would solve if we actually realized we were an Akita with massive bone-crushing power. What about electronic medical records? Not secret. Well, Tina, so for me in secrecy, I think we can get to a place where even there's no personal secrets, because why would you want to have them? We're not there yet. Like, you got to have processes. When I say no secrets initially, Tina, I'm talking about powers that are obviously psychopathic. Government, Democrats, Republicans, big corporations, those things that violate our sentience, our natural laws. Those corporations, those groups that always violate those important critical 3 commandments, right? The groups that prove we're not sentient. The groups that literally murder children for money every day, all day. Those groups, they can't have secrets. Why? Empirically, they've proven they have not earned the secrets. So they shouldn't have any secrets. And down the road, I can see a day where medical records, because I mean, like, why don't we want people to know our medical records? Because we're scared, right? Fear. We don't want people to know. Other reasons, this, that, the other. But that fear will be gone in the future if we're one family. Like if we all work together and try to solve problems, right? If Tina had a condition, as an example, I don't think you do, but if you did, not to put you on the spot, that you didn't want people to know, usually it's because people ridicule you, right? Usually because of how people think about you. Usually because when people walk by, they want to touch you, whether if it's contagious. But if we're all family, 7 billion people, and all of a sudden Tina's records went out, and 7 billion people stopped the planet. Literally, Tina, the planet stopped. Tina's sick, y'all. What's going on? She has this condition. Oh my God. Stop it. We have no business going to space. We have no business in bring the spaceships back. Stop, everybody, scientists, all over the solar system. We need to focus on our sister Tina. Something is going on. We gotta fix this. Imagine if you had 100 million scientists trying to solve whatever that problem is. How long would that problem last? And everybody else who might have that little dot on the chin or something. There's so many things we could do as a collective. So I'm not saying day one, get rid of people secrecy, because people don't have any secrecy, Tina. That's the problem. They can get your medical records. There's no secrets. It's called information technology because it was designed to share information. There are no secure information technology devices on this planet. There never will be. It's like up and down. It was created to be up. It'll never be down. There'll always be a hole in because the design is for it to be holy. Unless you're in upside down. If you're in upside down, it don't make any damn sense. And maybe that's the problem. Too many people live in the upside down, fight the Demogorgon, and that's not the real problem. Herman Supreme 2020, he promises everyone a free pony. Eileen, you're not getting no ponies. But they're going to promise people stuff. That's what they're doing right now. They're lined up. 2020s, they're all looking at everybody. Everybody want. What y'all want? You want a pony? All right, then. How many people want horses? How many people want puppies? How many people want this? And meanwhile, they're murdering children and stealing their horses and puppies. All right, so let me see. This is how many people want this. This is how many people want this. So we're going to promise this. And we got to kill this many children in Yemen and Middle East and Venezuela and Honduras to give them their ponies. And everybody's happy with the pony. Like everybody, I got a pony, I got a pony. And it's like they go murder the kids, they get the pony, and it never gets to America. Because that's actually how it works, right? Because you know they never get anything. War is never for the people. War is always for the corporations and the Rothschilds and whoever else, the Rockefellers and people who own all of this crap. They never bring the spoils home. Wars are never about a nation. They just use a nation, flag, and nationalism to get people really stupid. To cheer things that they'll never have. Just like elections. Gotta have privacy to organize. Exactly why privacy is scarce to non-existent. Gotta have privacy to organize. Rebecca, you and I hardly ever disagree. I think I disagree with that. Because to organize around helping Tina, why do we need privacy if we actually really want to help Tina? You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, in a world where we're all in conflict and we're like conflicting with this government thing that's actually a corporation pretending to be a government, we got to keep secrets from them to organize because otherwise they know and da-da-da-da-da. But in a world where we're not in opposition, what's the point of secrecy, right? We don't need secrecy to organize. All we need is the truth. Like, the facts come out, the truth goes out, and then everyone can make their own decisions. But if we're raising children not for conflict and team sports and fight with other people and be little Coliseum slaves for Rothschilds and Rockefellers and nations and corporations for their entire life, they're little creatures that are like, I gotta help. Where do I help? What do I do? Who needs something? Like, it's like secrecy literally shouldn't exist. There are no, like, what secrets are there in the animal kingdom? I like to look at nature as an example. What secrecy is there in the animal kingdom? None. Full transparency. Why? So things evolve the way they're supposed to. When you have secrets, you can control how things go because there's deception needed. And so I get what you're saying. In the modern world, current world, you have to align in secrecy. Otherwise, those who oppose you will stop you. I get what you're saying, but I think in the world we need to go into, there shouldn't be any secrets. Like me, everything I do is public. Like, my whole page is public, all on Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff, because I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't really have any fear. I realize I'm a spiritual creature. I'm wave energy. And if ever I'm big like a Chris Hedges, which I'll never be, the brother just knows way too much. They can kill me. Like, that's the thing. You can't really like kill me. You can like take out his body. I don't really have fears of that, so I just post stuff all the time. And wherever the chips fall, they fall. Hopefully, it's infectious and meets one person. And that one person is the change that everybody else needs to let go of this sticking to a toxic relationship and being abused by leaders constantly that won't ever seem to stop. Clean pigs don't stink, don't eat pigs. You're right, Barbie. Actually, you know what? No, okay, I'm be honest, Barbie. Clean pigs do stink. All right, they do. Let's be honest. Everything has a scent. Everything has a musk, like human beings. But I will say this: I think dirty humans smell worse than dirty pigs. I'll say that. And I don't eat pigs. I'm actually a vegetarian, but I don't judge people because I still kill things. When I eat my salad, I murder tardigrades all day long. So in fact, the funny thing about that, more and more I think about this stuff, I become like a multicellular creature. Like, It's okay to murder at different levels. Now you got me thinking about something. It's okay to murder the blue people if I'm green, because I care more about the green people than the blue people. I got pride in that. Then you got the next level, religion, and another level might be species, right? It's okay to kill pigs and eat pigs because I'm human. It's not a human, it's not sentient, so I can kill it and eat it. Next level might be, well, it's okay to kill things that aren't mammals because we're mammals. We're all together in family. We're supposed to be working together. Some of y'all evolving sentience faster than the others, and humans are behind everybody. So I won't kill multicellular, or I won't kill mammals, but then there's multicellular. You know, like, I think we're just where we are. Everybody's in their own little voyage in this little thing. And all the time, I'm constantly killing multicellular creatures. And we're all related. We're still all related. All this is DNA. All of this, this comes from that, comes from that, comes from that. It's all related. It's all connected. It's all family. It's all relational. I think everybody's in a different spot. That's why I don't judge people. That's why I'm not really on the whole violent vegan, violent vegetarian, authoritarian thing. I think, you know, everyone kind of picks their level and they kind of judge everybody for the level they're on. And I'm just like, you know what, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. If you like it, do it. If you don't, don't. You know, I used to be where you are. And I think that's who we got to become. I think we got to have this sovereignty. We got to respect each other to be who they are, where they are at that point in time. All right, let's go down. Go down through comments. There was some interesting stuff in the news, though. You know, government's lying to you. Government's killing you. People lining up to vote for more government. And things like that. You're only as sick as your secrets, and our country is extremely sick. Horribly, horribly sick, Susan. Horribly sick. Stop making love to the American apple pie. It's not warm anymore. Daniel, was the American apple pie ever warm, and did they kill people to make the apple pie? That's what I want to know. Is there like genocide in the pie? And I think there's genocide in the pie. But it's nobody's fault that's alive. So let me be clear about that, because you say that and people start getting their little sides. Nobody alive did that. People were just born into it. Just born into it. You know, we either are trying to fix things now because we can, or we're not because we're monsters. I was listening to a great Sag Guru talk this morning. I think I posted it. He was talking about, oh goodness, what is the word? Big word. Inclusiveness. Like, who are you including in your respect circle? Who are you including in your life circle? Who and what are you including in your borders? And it was a deep talk. You know, he's basically saying that you eat a banana and the banana becomes you. The human being is an amazing creature, phenomenal. You encompass your inclusiveness around your family. Can't touch my family. Can't say anything to my family. Can't do anything. You can't stop this abusive husband. The police. Who are you including in your inclusiveness? Right? Like, are we evolving to include more people in our circle? Are we evolving to include those Democrats, those Republicans, those Honduran women paid for by George Soros that run towards the border because they actually like rape staying in their own country that we destroyed? Who are you including in your borders? And do you have a God that tells you to include everybody? It's a question you might want to think about. But it was a great talk. I appreciate Sag Guru. The other thing he said that I found highly interesting in this discussion, he said, he found it odd that he would go to sit outside churches and restaurants, or temples and restaurants. And he said he found it odd that the people coming out of the restaurant seemed happier. They seem to have more joy. Why is that? Why is that if the food of life is coming out of temples and churches? Because they're not feeding people. Why aren't they feeding people? Think about it. Cowardly bastards. Yes, Carrie, our government, they are cowardly bastards. They always have been. They always will be. Because I think the only people who actually lead you are cowards. The only people who want to lead you are people who want to control you, and that's what leadership is. So I say I don't want to lead anybody. Why would I want to control people? People are better when they're left alone. They become great things when you leave them alone. When you try to control them, you make monsters out of them. Hang on, I'm trying to get my power going. What's going on here? Phone's dying. People touching my stuff. There we go. All right, I got my power back. Touching my stuff. We'll go a little late today. I know I'm over time. Let me see. Good morning, Patty and Christine. That's why I don't call it war, I call it murdering. Sandy, you call it murdering because that's exactly what it is. You don't sugarcoat it, you just say how it is. It's mass murder, and who is supposed to be a part of mass murder? That's really the point. When you call it what it is, then you can people act how they're supposed to. When you call it mass murder, and then people want to go vote for it, okay. You know, it was bad when Jeffrey Dahmer did it. It was bad when Ted Kaczynski did it. It was bad when what's his name, the Great Ripper, the Great Reaper, the guy running around stabbing people. It was okay. It was bad when they all did it. But when you go vote to do it, that's bad. It's okay. It's okie dokie. All right. Some nimbly folks from my old hometown thought they could vote to keep homeless away. Ooh. I had to point out what they thought voting was really going to do, was going to tell them. I had to point out what they thought voting was really going to tell the homeless. Yeah. And you have to point it out, Jeannie, because you got to speak up for the voiceless. You always got to speak up for the voiceless if you have a heart. But people have ice hearts. But then also, I think, Jeannie, people just don't get it. They don't know because no one's ever told it to them in that way. So I think analogies are powerful, and people willing to speak up for the voiceless are powerful. And sometimes it changes people, sometimes it doesn't. But like, why would you want to go tell on the homeless? Like, why? Why do people do that, Jeannie? Explain that to me. Why do people who are doing well in life want to go tell on people who got to sleep on a damn train? People who got to sleep on a damn bench, people who don't have a house and a warm bed, people who just had horrible luck, born in the wrong family or made horrible choices, and they got a bad life. Why would you want to go tell on those people and vote for your government? Why would you want to vote for the people that got cherry oak desks, gold toilets, murdering and killing people, but you want to vote for them and go tell on poor people who are disadvantaged, voiceless? You know, a lot of the homeless people are women, single moms with children. You know, a lot of them are single because they were abused and they ran the hell out of away from you. You want to go tell on them and tell on the children and tell on the people who are on the corner, got children who are homeless living in a tent outside the city. You want to go tell on them to the people who work for the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, who murder children for jobs. Sick little world we live in, Gene. Sick little world we live in. Good morning, Ross. Good morning, Robin. What's new? Christine asked, what's new? Let's look at the news. What's new? What's new? Anything important in the news? Anybody see anything that's worth a damn? Anybody see anything that they can see through the cracks? Because the news is always a lie. Every single channel, everywhere. And you got to look between the cracks to try to find out what's actually true. What did I see this morning? All right, here we are. What we got? Oh, look at, I'm live now. Oh, isn't that nice? Why do they always pause it when you make ugly faces? Y'all not fun. AI is not funny. That's just stupid. All right, anyway. Clashes. Where is that? Clashes in a Brazil prison. Killed at least 15. Huh. Should prisons exist? Is it a good idea to put people in prison because they were born in the wrong place? That's a question you have to answer. I got my answer. Is it a good idea to put people in prison because they're poor? Is it a good idea to put people in prison because they had brain damage or mental illness? They drank the chloride, the fluorine, they got something going on, their frontal lobe didn't develop. Is it a good idea to put people in prison because they were abused as a child and they ended up abusing? I think you secure people like that, but I think you try to understand people more than imprison them. Russia ready to play a role in peace talks in Venezuela. The good things Russia's doing, I'm always worried about why they're like lining Russia up to be the good guys. There are no good guys in Rothschild, Rockefeller, central bank world, although I think Russia doesn't have a Rothschild central bank. However, they got their own little central bank. Banking is a bad idea still. But anyway, that's a good thing that they're doing. That actually to me is kind of a sentient thing, but I think they always do just enough good with different groups to try to get you to agree with them blindly. Impact of Huawei ban on the Midwest. Yep, you're going to lose jobs from that. And besides the fact, all that Huawei stuff is really all about anyway is they want more of your information. They know what Huawei phones. They can't get all of it, or China's going to get more of it than they're going to get. So not interested. China kill people, America kill people. Not interested in either of your governments. Big Data Expo firm gathers to discuss digital innovations. 5G. How to control the human population. 5G is just fencing. It's just how they're going to control people. The same way they use 5G for fencing in Japan. More controlling people. Online uses of memes could be affected under new EU copyrights law. That's the copyright stuff where they don't want you to be able to use people's pictures and stuff. Me personally, I don't think copyright should exist. I don't believe secrets are a good idea, so I don't think that's a good idea at all. I think all copyrights are pretty much stupid. Everybody should share all information, open source world. We get better and better and better, take care of people. You know, it's like, well, what about creators? They should be able to make money. Money shouldn't exist. If we were in a sentient world, we wouldn't have money. You wouldn't force creatures to work in forced labor camps to make money to live. You wouldn't have them born into debt so they have to be farmable. Money shouldn't exist, and that's the only reason why copies and patents exist, to keep secrets and keep other people from expanding on ideas that need to be expanded on, because this planet's always trying to kill us. We're one family. We're supposed to be stewards of the planet, and we work better as a collective if we're all working together, as opposed to somebody has secrets so they can make more from it than somebody else. Why does Cuban Sanchez? Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. Hackers hold Baltimore hostage, demand Bitcoin ransom. Now, this is kind of interesting. That's why I say nothing is secure.
Monday.com is a platform to manage any team and any project. Marketing campaigns, classic project management.
And for more than 2 weeks now, the city of Baltimore's computer servers have been held hostage by hackers demanding tens of thousands of dollars. It's just the most recent of dozens of cyber attacks affecting cities all over the country. RT's Dan Cohen has the story.
Parts of the city of Baltimore's servers have been shut down. City employees have no access to their email accounts. The system to pay water bills and property taxes is down too. Critical services like police and the fire department remain in operation, but it's not clear how long it'll take or if it's even possible for authorities to defeat the ransomware. Here's what happened so far. On May 7th, the city of Baltimore's computer servers were infected with malware encrypting files, so users can't access them. This ransomware is called Robinhood. That's spelled with 2 B's. It's relatively new and little is known about it. The hackers left a note on the computers demanding a ransom. They want 3 Bitcoins, which is equivalent to about $17,500 for each system, or 13 Bitcoins worth more than $76,000 in exchange for freeing all of the city's systems. For now, the mayor is refusing to pay the ransom, but that could change.
I am thinking, right now, I say no. But in order to move the city forward, I might think about it, but I have not made a decision yet. I mean, they need to think about the effect that they're having on people in general. If they have any kind of heart at all, they shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff.
There's no indication about who the hackers are or where the attack originated from, whether that's domestic or foreign. And this isn't even close to the first time. Since 2013, there have been 169 attacks on local and state governments, and it's the second time that Baltimore has been hit in just the last year. So for now, the city remains partially in paralysis. Reporting live from the newsroom, Dan Cohen, RT.
For more on this, we'll turn now to investigative journalist Ben Swan. Okay, Ben, this is right up your alley. Do you think the success of this attack is more of a testament to the savvy of these modern hackers, or how shoddy our defenses are?
Well, I think maybe it's a little bit of both, right? I think that in this case, look, essentially what's being affected here are payment systems and payment processors. So if you want to pay your water bill through the city website, you can't do it right now. If you want to be able to pay for traffic tickets and traffic violations through the city website, you can't do it right now. So what essentially they've done is they've locked up the payment processors. That doesn't mean that those payments can't be made. They just have to be made in person and in another way that doesn't use the online processing system. So I think that it demonstrates there's not a whole lot you can necessarily do to protect those systems from being hacked and gotten into, because they're always going to be somewhat vulnerable. But it does say something, I think, about the actual hackers being realistic, hear me out, in what they're asking for, because they're only asking for, what, 13 Bitcoins, which, as Dan mentioned, was worth about $76,000 back in May 7th when this first happened. Today, it's worth about $102,000. Consider the fact that here in Atlanta, where I am, back in last year, in 2018, hackers did the exact same thing. They locked up city computers, and at that time, they requested 50,000 Bitcoins. Wow. And at that price, that would have been about $175 million. In fact, though, the city of Atlanta did not pay, but they did spend about $17 million to get their systems back online. So in order to release the Baltimore systems, if it only costs you $100,000, that's a...
All right, don't stop there. Is anybody processing where this could go? It's a good idea to keep building out a world based in online governments, state, local, federal, world, where hackers, CIA makes tools, hackers have the tools, and hackers make their own tools where they could ransom entire governments for money. Is anybody like really thinking where this could actually go? Like, I grew up as a kid watching Lex Luthor, Superman. This idea that very few can control the lives of many is highly dangerous, highly dangerous. Conflict Earth has to come to an end. Secrecy Earth has to come to an end. It's no different. And then these hackers, I guess they were doing it for money, and maybe it's like Mr. Robot type stuff, but anti-establishment type stuff. But the reality is, think about the human mind and think about where this can go. Creating people that get more and more creative to become the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. Because that's really what that is. You're talking about a very few controlling the masses, creating more human beings on a planet with an increasing population, decreasing resources, limited printing of the money, what they need to survive, using more and more creativity to become an elite in their own way and control the lives of millions, if not billions of people. This is how I know we end. We don't make it. We don't make it at all if we continue in this conflict direction. We don't make it because somebody, it's pointless to get rid of the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and keep a model, because they'll always be replaced by something else or somebody else. This is why I'm saying this is a perfect system that we live on this planet: increasing population, depleting resources, and giving the humans a chance to grow up, realize that they either all work together or they all die miserably. So I found that to be interesting. I found it pretty funny too. But I can't pay my water bill. You shouldn't have a water bill. You're a human being. Your water should be free. But that's just me. It's not socialism. I call it just called being a steward and loving your cousins. It's called family. Let me see if anything else was interesting here. There are a few bits. What is this right here? This is, you can't see that one. Move down. Anything important we should focus on. U.S. declares war on journalism. That's right, as slaps Assange with 17 new charges. That's actually pretty good. That was interesting. So, this is the whole war on honesty, war on information, using journalists and pretending that they're involved in espionage by telling human beings what's actually happening in their world so they can vote appropriately. Some people say Assange is CIA, some people say he's not. And I just say it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. You need to know what's true. He gave you more truth. That's a good thing. No, he's not an espionage, spy, criminal. He's actually a human being that's just a little more evolved and more sentient than a lot of other people. He realized there shouldn't be any secrets, and when you have good information, you actually know what your government's doing, then you can actually vote the way you're supposed to. So he was trying to empower you with good information so you can make good decisions. He was trying to make the planet more sovereign. He was trying to empower people. And so now this is the, what are they doing there? They're trying to make sure that you can't use the information anywhere. They're not just hitting him with the conspiracy charges to get a password or something, but the fact that he published it. And so that worries the New York Times and the Washington Post and all the rest of them. We shouldn't even be having this discussion. It's really sick and crazy that we're even having a discussion. It's sick and crazy that you would continue to vote for a system that wants to control the information you get to keep you a pet voting for it. All right, so I won't click on the Assange thing because we are running down in time. Let me see, what is this? Amazon helps U.S. government eliminate dissent. That's right, it does. And Facebook deletes pages, Google deletes pages. They all work with, you buy from Amazon, you got your Amazon Prime account, then it makes sense. This is how the world's supposed to go. As long as people support it, it's gonna get worse. You know, that's why there is no truth. What is this? Trump declares emergency to counter Iran. Arms to Saudi, right. Iran, who hadn't attacked anybody in 200 years or something like that. Iran that spends almost nothing on its defensive system. Iran that's against their religion and Christians to actually have nuclear weapons. So we're sending more weapons, something like $2 billion worth of guns over there, right? And this is what I'm saying, like you voted for him because he was anti-globalism, right? He was anti-colonization, he was anti-New World Order. You're now getting the same thing that we unfortunately have with Obama. The same colonizer, the same kill system, the same kill machine, send weapons all over the planet, destabilize other people, get them to kill each other because it makes money. The only thing I appreciate about Trump is he doesn't lie about it as much. He says a little more true in your face so you can make a good decision. Do you want to continue to vote for a government that makes jobs on murdering children? I know what your God says. But then again, being a conservative isn't really about God now, is it? True colors of Venezuelan opposition. Yeah, that's about the Venezuelan embassy's finally been taken over by the foreign invaders, and they put the faking government in there. Sanctions hurt the most vulnerable in Venezuela, right? Because that's what the sanctions were designed to do. They're designed to create revolutions by murdering people, by starving them, by taking away the things that they need. And that's all sanctions are. Hurting families somewhere else, starving families so that they'll actually overthrow their government or help you do it. And it failed. But the CIA, they didn't give up. They're not give uppers. All right. Oh, there's a Sage Guru talk. All right. That's the news. Comments, and then we'll be back. Assange lended the populace with more truth. There are those who want to believe it is the truth as a way of not thinking for themselves. Hold on. Assange lended the populace with more truth, but there are those that want to believe it is the truth as a way of not thinking for themselves. Oh, okay. Well, you're both fine. And so, but this is what I'm saying, that, don't, and you know this, you don't give anybody intellectual credit. You don't give them truth credit. You don't give them, you did one good thing, so you'll always do great things credit. Just because he did that doesn't mean that he is always going to do good, right? This is how people get trapped into the Trumps and trapped into the Obamas and trapped into these leadership. They do a good thing, people jump behind them to lead, and then they get sold out or they sell out. He did a good thing. More information is always better. Let me see. Aerosolized global vaccine to cure psychopathy. No, Christine, putting metals in people's brain is going to make it worse. Everyone is arguing whether or not works for CIA and not, instead of paying attention to the fact that They're taking away freedom of speech. Exactly. See, and that's how it's designed. Like, that's how it's designed. And this is why I think, even Assange could be being played. He could be CIA, or he could be being played because people are off wanting to have this argument and a debate about it. Like your brother earlier, if you're still around. Like, what's the point of debating something that doesn't really matter? Doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. I was talking with good brother the other day. We were looking at Seth Rich. Oh, Seth Rich was killed by the DNC, or he wasn't. Why does that matter? Does it? Pizzagate. You can't prove Pizzagate. Do they have to? Does it matter? That's a good question. Does it matter? Does it matter if the DNC killed Seth Rich, if they, with the Republicans, murdered 5 million people since 9/11? Does it matter? Do we need to prove one instance of what we know they do every damn day? They drop dozens of bombs on poor people who are defenseless and innocent all around this planet. Does it matter? Do you want someone to prove one thing? Right? That's just, to me, it's just ego. It's all just ego. And I'm right, you're wrong. Let's fight, let's debate. That's stupid. If you know what happens, make a decision. Like, we need to move forward and make a solution. You know it's being done. Doesn't matter who's being done to. It's being done. Fix it. Pizzagate. Oh, is Pizzagate true or not? Is the government pedophiles or not? Well, first of all, it happened in the UK. Their government got caught doing that nonsense. But outside of the fact, do we empower pedophilia? Do we empower child trafficking? Does both parties in Washington do that? Hell yeah, they do it. That's what's called destabilizing nations. After that, that's where most human sex trafficking comes from. So you think pedophilia is bad? How about human sex trafficking? Is that an issue? So why have the debate? What's the point? Well, you're a conspiracy theorist. Okay, government's always conspiring against it. They've been doing it since the very beginning. You know, like, what's the point in having these little silly ego, mine is bigger than yours, zipper contests, when you know that there's something that we need to fix? That's why I think half the time that, they just let the Assanges and they let some of this information go because they know people are stupid enough to engage in the debate instead of fixing the problem. And I'm a problem fixer. I could care less about the debate. I don't care if you're right or I'm wrong. If it's happening, let's do something about it. That's where my mind lands. Globalism is an avoidable outcome of nationalism. Oh, is it unavoidable or avoidable? Globalism is an avoidable outcome of nationalism. If nations exist, both by the way, if nations exist, globalism will exist. As long as there are colonies, there will be colonizers. As long as there are black people, there'll be a fight with yellow people, green people, orange people. As long as there's Christians, there's going to be a battle between Christians, Muslims, and Jews. As long as you are that thing, it means that there's going to be conflict between the groups. The minute you take pride in something, the minute you are subhuman and you pick a category, it guarantees there will be conflict. That's just how it works. Now maybe not in an evolved species, maybe not in a species that's sentient, but in our current species, where we are right now, 98% monkeys, 45 generations out, sniff each other's butts, eating bananas, swinging on trees. If you pick a thing, it's guaranteed conflict. You need to think about that. Completely unavoidable. Spot on, Bofine. Completely unavoidable. And this is why, like I said, we try to do the links with people between nationalism and gang violence. Nationalism and gangs, same thing. It's just a bigger gang. They just have better funding and they got more naive people getting behind it than the kids on the street with the guns trying, this is my street, this is my nation, this is the border of my street, this is the border of my nation. It's the same immature behavior. It's the same lesser evolved thing. And I'm not pointing at you. I know that makes some people upset. They believe in borders. I'm just saying that look at the synergies between who you're judging and what you're doing and move forward. I used to be that way. I used to believe in borders and, United States of America, that's my flag. Until I really realized how the world worked. Then I had to change. Hopefully you can see the same thing. You listen to some of these people here who are dropping this information. I don't know what's going on YouTube. They're kind of sleepy today. I guess I got in trouble from yesterday where I was talking about the USS Liberty. So Google's deep state AI learning software probably already delisted the video or something. I don't even see any comment. I see one comment over there. All by yourself, Phyllis. Google has a brain implant chip to eliminate school. Uh-oh. You would just have to think a question and you would know the answer. How naive have to be to put a Google-owned chip in your head. Susan, my concern with that, outside of the fact that it's true, they've been doing that with mice for a while now, right? That's that Matrix stuff, right? When you lean back in the chair, he wants to know Kung Fu, gets plugged in and knows Kung Fu. The problem we have, Susan, is we're gonna have a chip. Because most people are gonna run out and get that. You know that, right? Most people, it doesn't matter who's in control, they're gonna run out and get it. And the problem with it is that right now, killers run all this. Killers make all the decisions. You know, people who love greed and don't mind murdering children make all the decisions for technology and own all the big tech companies and own all the banks. Now is a great time, because if they're talking about it now, Susan, it means that they've already probably perfected it. Like, now is a great time to actually change the model of the world, perhaps, because if they're just like, you go meet somebody on the street and the police show and you think you can outrun them, you know, he just plugs in, you know, learns how to run faster or knows Kung Fu or whatever. Yeah, that's a bad, that's. But, you know, to me, I guess the other side of that is taking of sovereignty, right? Because you're not driving your own thoughts. You now become some sort of a CPU partition in a greater CPU of the planet. And I think it makes sense from a high perspective where we're a collective working together for the collective independence and freedom of each other. But that's just going to work for the collective good of corporations, right? Like, look at the world now. Like, don't we do that now? Isn't that what an office building is? A bunch of minds coming together, forced labor slaves working in cubicles, working together for the greater greed of a corporation. Same exact thing. That's just a more efficient way of doing it, is you take away their need to go home, take away their need to take a bath, take away their need to have a family and love, and you just make them more efficient laborers. That's the model of the world. It's what it's always been. It's always been based in human labor. And the better you get the humans working, if you can make them cyborgs, because that's the model of the world. That is the main currency that's always existed, which is why currency systems don't really matter. They're all there just because they represent human labor. If you make humans more efficient, like, this is the world. What I say, Susan, on that is, if you're not gonna take people's dumb phones, you damn sure ain't gonna take no smartphone from you. You damn sure ain't gonna take no smart chip. Most people want that. But outside that, how do we combat that if we don't have that? Well, my interest is not wanting to combat that. My interest is, how about we just change the model of the world and go back to evolving? It's not that Assange, wait a minute, it's not about that. Assange isn't trying to leave. He's facing 170 years for sharing the truth. Yeah, well, Lori, so I don't even know. I don't even know. I just look at it like this. He did a good thing. He did a good thing, so he shouldn't go to prison, period. He didn't break any laws. He didn't, besides the fact all laws are illegal, but he didn't break any laws. He did good things for the human race. And why anybody would chastise him or have an issue with him is insanity to me. That's, again, pigs don't know pigs stink. That's people locked in toxic relationship with government and control systems and wanting to be right and using their ego for credit. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of fighting money? What's the point of fighting monetary systems if you live on the ecosystem? Like, what's the point? What's the point of debating with people? Let people believe what they want to believe. Why does it matter? It doesn't change what we got to do. Like the kids. Remember that picture floating around the internet? I think I shared it too. The 3 kids who were shot by police in the back of that truck, and now people are debating whether or not it's a conspiracy, whether it's a false flag, whether it actually happened. To me, it doesn't really matter, actually. It doesn't really matter, because whether it happened or not has nothing to do with what needs to be done. Right? Do kids die because politicians wrote laws to send men with guns in the neighborhood where children live, or to pull over parents for driving cars that run through stoplights? If the laws are still there that send people with guns to do something to the citizen that's all unconstitutional against the Bill of Rights anyway, then what happened doesn't really matter, right? Like these 3 kids that were murdered, or murdered or not murdered, I don't know if it's true or not true, because I don't know if anything in the news is true. It doesn't change what we got to do. They murdered 100,000 children in Yemen, starved them to death. So we know the system that does the same thing here is doing something there, and so whether those 3 died or not doesn't really matter. The bottom line is, you got to get rid of the laws. You got to get rid of the laws. You got to get rid of the laws. Yeah, and I agree. Somebody just said lock the cop up. Well, I agree with that. Well, he shouldn't have a gun. You know, I don't really agree with prison though, Lori. Like, I think that police officer, there probably are reasons why he did what he did, and we need to fix those reasons. We need to secure the public so they don't get hurt by him, but we need to fix him. And then we need to go find out where he came from, who trained him, who he grew up with, if his father abused him, what town he came from, and apply love in that area, apply resources in that area so we're not making more of them. Because if we just go do the same typical thing, people get to yelling and screaming, justice, lock the police up, lock them up, lock up the lowest person on the totem pole, what happens? The vacuum, right? The next person who wants that amount of power over people to carry a gun and tell citizens what to do will go right in and nothing changes. So I guess in a way, I just don't believe in going down in the weeds. Like, I really don't care about the weeds. If the solution is still the solution, if the root fix is still the root fix, we got too many laws. We shouldn't, police shouldn't have lethal weapons. Politicians shouldn't be writing unconstitutional laws. The fix is still the fix. There will be no truth allowed. Nope, Lori, there will be no truth allowed. Because when human beings have the truth, they actually make good decisions. And political parties, politicians, leaders, governments, they need their people making bad decisions. That's why keeping this government experiment, to me, is a bad decision. Good morning. Let me see, what else we got? We live in a police state now. Yes, we do, Belinda. We live in a 100% police state. I was thinking that we need to have an act, Belinda, because I like the truth. We need to have the Papers Act of 2019, where police are required to greet every citizen in a German accent in English. Papers, please. Papers, please. I think when you lie to people and you say, can I have your license and registration? It's not fair, because then people can't make good decisions. They don't actually really realize they're in a police state. I think the police should pull up on everybody with full ride gear and papers, please. I'm sorry, all right. But I like the truth. When people can see the truth, they make good decisions. When they don't really know that they live in a police state, they make bad decisions. They keep voting for it. That's the problem. They keep voting for it. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Brenda. Christine, Sinar. We become adjusted people with a chip. Yes, Christine, they've always been adjusting us. They've been adjusting us for slavery, and we're happy with it. So I think I'm scared. I feel like people are in a toxic relationship, and I'm trying to talk them out of it, and they don't want to go. They want to keep going back. They normalize things, and I think we need to be the first generation, Christine, right now, where we start determining what we want normalized for the next generation and not. And right now, what's normalized are some really, really sick things. Really sick things. We need to break the cycle. So I think the cycle needs to break with us. Good morning, Carolyn. Indentured servitude. Yeah, Jeannie, and I think now we're full on slaves. I live in a small town. New sheriff now has SWAT Hummers and a tank water cannon, so not needed. Oh Lord, yes, Belinda, that's a scary thing. A lot of police departments, you don't even know what they have. And this is a bad idea. It should not be normalized. What police officers need? They need jelly donuts, they need coffee, they need ladders to get cats out of trees. And when we stop giving oligarchy control with corporations to actually write laws to give our rights to corporations and make us captive audiences, captive consumers, then police go back to being our friends. And that's what we need. We need police to be because they are. That's what they actually are. They're our neighbors. They're our family. And when you have brutal laws, you can't not have brutal police, right? You will have brutal police if you have brutal laws. And the police will need weapons of brutality. They will need sticks and billy clubs and shotguns and guns and SWAT teams and tanks, right? Because the laws are brutal. And most people, they blame the police. They don't blame the people who actually write the brutal laws. When people start to blame the people who write the brutal laws, then something will change. Until then, nothing's changed. Right, Lauren, he's not a citizen. I think he's the first non-citizen, Assange is, that they've used the Espionage Act against, which is just ridiculous. But, those are laws. The laws aren't for them, Lori. The laws are for us. They're for us captives. Once again, we keep voting for it. Good morning, Jennifer and Colin. Brother Walter. Let me see. Remember Wilson in 1984 trusted Big Brother and gave info. What a setup. Yeah, I know. And plus the book 1984 was not supposed to be an instruction manual, but it became one. Well, Wilson, let me see. Wilson, what did Wilson do? That's 84. I forgot what Wilson did. But either way, Big Brother shouldn't exist. Nobody needs a Big Brother that they don't know. Nobody needs a Big Brother that actually knows everything. The war against whistleblowers publicly started during the Iraq War when the POW was often a news reporter. Right, Jeannie. Well, you know what? Well, I think it went back to the Vietnam War, right, too, because that's when you started having journalists in the war zone that were actually almost live promoting information, showing people what war actually is, that it's actually a bad idea, and the things that brutal laws have to do to brutalize other people, that if you want their rubber, you want the rubber slave plantations in Vietnam for Michelin, whatever these companies are, that you're gonna have to do brutal things to those people to get those things, to get that rubber. And that's actually what the Vietnam War was actually all about. It had nothing to do with democracy and freedom and helping anybody. It had to do with rubber plantations and rubber. All wars are always about those things, you know, but when you have people in office that don't give a damn, and you got a system that controls everybody in office who does give a damn, then that's what we get. Brother Daniel, I agree. They need psychedelic, psilocybin, DMT, weed. I keep adding to it. They need all of that. All of that, put that in a bottle and shove it down their throats. That's what they need. I agree. Because it takes away your inhibition, let you get tuned in with other things, let you think deeper than your bank account, deeper than the next election, deeper than your career. You actually give them things that make them think like a sentient creature. Good things might happen in the world. They might actually say, you know what? I don't want to lead anybody anymore. I want everybody to be free. Forced injections, vaccines. Yes, Christine, that is the thing that is coming. I tried to tell people that it didn't really matter that they voted Trump in. Forced vaccinations are coming. They're not going to stop. We have an oligarchy. Stop pretending it's a government. You have an oligarchy. Corporations and greed and profit decide everything. Your votes decide absolutely nothing, nor do your emotions or feelings. Violent, powerful systems that make money selling products, forcing governments to buy shoes for war and forcing governments to buy vaccines to force them in your veins and forcing governments to start wars to get rubber, forcing governments to start war and murder people for oil. That's just what's going to happen. Those powers concede nothing. You actually have to stand them down with leverage. And I don't believe in violent leverage. I believe in walk-away leverage. Walk away. Those systems will not concede because you vote and you're a nice person and you want them to change. Let me see. Assange is a known liar and works for the CIA, Rothschilds, and well proven. And Brother Walter, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. He can be CIA. He can lie too. Because I don't trust him. I don't trust you. I don't trust me. I don't trust anybody. But none of that changes anything, right? None of that changes the point, which is we need to know the truth about all wars everywhere, all over. So it doesn't really matter to me. That's my point. Is that like those are like details, but they're details to me that don't really matter. Like their details are interesting, interesting around the campfire. Like when I grew up in the church and we used to go have the academic debates, right? Where trivia, Bible trivia, what verse says this? And we had to answer, and it's just like, why? Did you get the 10 Commandments? Like Susan says all the time. Everybody's worried about the messenger. Did you get the message? Everybody's worried about this messenger, Jesus, Muhammad, this guy, that guy, whoever else. The trivia parts of it. Did you get the message? The message is there should be freedom of information everywhere. We should have no secrets on this planet anywhere, ever. And Assange did that. So that's why I don't really get into the detail. I don't like to go down in the weeds. I like to stay focused on solutions. Let's solve the problem. Assange highlighted problems. Let's solve it. But don't trust him. Don't trust anybody. But he shouldn't be in prison. So the CIA thing, I don't know anything about. Like I like solutions. I want to fit. You know what? Like here's my point. I'm only here for a minute. I'm wave energy, y'all. I got to get the hell out of here. This is crazy, y'all. 98% monkeys killing children for jobs. I got to get the hell out of here. I can't stay on this planet. I feel like I'm trapped. And while I'm here, I want to focus on solutions. Can we do the solutions? Let's do the solution. Can we do the solutions? I know it's solutions. Yeah, we do solutions. So, all right. So that's my point. Is that it doesn't change anything. That's my point. So I'm not interested in the trivia. First whistleblower was in 1954, retired FBI head. Yeah, Belinda. Well, people are coming forward. We're in a whistleblower apocalypse, and that's where you get a lot of your hope from right now. A lot of people who work for these systems are coming out and saying the truth, from NASA to CIA, FBI, all over the place, the Democrats and Republicans. People are coming out and saying these people are lying. That's where your hope comes from. Truth is actually starting to come out. Let me see. I never thought to look into the local police when we settled for our retirement town. This would be helpful to know how many are staffed and what equipment they deem necessary. Wow. Yeah, Carolyn, it would be. When you look to retire, just like where you look to build your house and what kind of freedom you want, you got to look at that township. You got to look at what they allow, zoning for agriculture. And a good aspect is, what do they want there? Are they trying to become an oligarchy like the federal government at the local level? Or are they like trying to free people? I like those towns where you got sheriffs who stand up and they say great things. They say things like Constitution and Bill of Rights and leave people alone. And, I like states that are actually using the 10th Amendment to back down the federal oligarchy. Let me see. We don't deserve this planet. No, Victoria, we don't. And I think a lot of us aren't from this planet. I think a lot of us are trapped here. Like I was thinking, Victoria, you know what it'd be like to be an alien trapped on Earth? How much that would suck. What if your ship crashed and you were trapped on Earth with the monkeys? It's kind of like being trapped in a zoo. It's like someone took you after you discovered Wi-Fi, like you discovered like sentience and freedom. You can walk where you want, do what you want, or it's freedom-ish. And then they take you fall in a zoo cage or something with a bunch of monkeys and you get trapped. You can't speak English. Nobody speaks your language hardly. They're all fighting over bananas and smell each other's butts and swinging. It's just like, that's why I know hell is real. Hell is real, and we live it right now. It doesn't get any worse than this. Doesn't get any worse. Nope, no worse. And now your neighborhood's nice. In order for your neighborhood to be nice, they got to murder a lot of people around the world. So we are in hell. There's no hell you got to go to. You're not actually going anywhere. That's my personal belief. I just don't think it's any worse than this. I don't think you can add a few coals to it and it's worse. No, we're in hell right now. Why? Because we vote for hell. We vote for hell and we cheer hell. And we should know better than that. My doctor just dropped me because I refused 9 adult vaccines. Great, Belinda. Good. Never be mad about good stuff. Never be mad about good stuff. You got a doctor that blindly believes in vaccine corporations, the big chemical pharmaceutical companies that are behind most deaths in America. You got a doctor that believes in that. You don't actually have a doctor. You got a chemist. I like the ones that don't pick a side, Belinda. I like the ones that don't choose a team. They just say, listen, this is what this is. It's a vaccine. This is what Tylenol is. This is what it is. It's a synthetic drug. You can take it or not take it. Here's the information on why you might want to take it. Here's the information why you might not want to take it. To me, that's called being a healer. It's called being honest. But the ones that work for these big corporations, no. Good morning, Lori. Let me see. Good morning, Patty. Let me see. People jumping in and jumping out. I'm trying to get down to the end and get out of here. Revolution begins in the mind and heart. Yes, it does, Jennifer. Revolution begins in the heart and minds. It begins in empathy, and it's an individual thing. It's not like a joint thing where you get together with a bunch of people. You just decide for yourself that I'm done, right? You gotta decide for yourself that you're done. And when you decide that, then you're done. It's a personal choice. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. So is Snowden. Oh yeah, what is Snowden? Well, Snowden, I think he's a hero. I think Assange is a hero. I think anyone who tells the truth is a hero, period. Now, does it mean they're perfect people? Does it mean they are who they say they are? Don't know, don't care. Don't know, don't care. You publish the information on Antarctica, you publish those pictures, you publish the information on, the wars being what they really, really are. Murdering and killing people and taking our young people and teaching them it's funny and fun to shoot unarmed people from helicopters. That's hero. That's hero work right there. That's hero work. He could be a villain somewhere else, but right there he's a hero, and so I'm good with that. Please all see the vaccine syndrome. The next vaccine is for anthrax, and we will die. Christine, I believe you, girl. That might not be such a bad thing. I believe you, because that's what they're doing. That's what they've always been doing. Hashtag oligarchy. We have an oligarchy. We need to stop pretending it's a government. I have certain rules I live by. Victoria, I already know where that's going to go. I know this is a Carlin. I have certain rules I live by. Go on. First of all, I don't believe anything government tells me. George Carlin, what a prophet. That brother, oh my gosh, he was so before his time. And now we're a generation today that believes everything. everything that their government tells them. Everything. This is why I'm not mad at the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. Like I said, I'll say what's true that I understand from these documentaries about them, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them. There's the pigs right there. They don't thinking, oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. You smell that? Oh, that doo-doo smell good. In the mud. Oh, anaerobics. Oh, just make me feel good inside. The government's telling me the truth. All right. Carlin is. Oh man, do I miss that, bro? All right, anyway, WikiLeaks has 100% accuracy. Has never published anything that wasn't authenticated. Right, Melba, and they've never had any retractions. 0 retractions at all. They've had no retractions. That's what's important. I see y'all are discussing the details. I'm not getting into it because I don't care about the details. Assange did not reveal secrets that count 9/11 vaccine injury geoengineering. Right, Christine, and this is my point, like, does it matter though? Y'all on this, y'all want to discuss this, it's fine, but does it matter? Does it matter? Like, we know the truth about 9/11. We know the truth about what they said is a lie. We know the truth that it's been covered up by every president since. We know the truth that Congress has no interest in looking into it. That's all we need to know. You know, vaccine injury, we know the truth about that already too. So could they be using Assange? I think they use everybody. I think they use me. I think they use you. I think that they control the information. That's the only reason they allow us to talk. So I'm not really worried about like controlled opposition and gatekeepers because I don't trust them. I don't trust anybody. You know, so vaccine injuries, I don't trust my doctor on vaccines. Why? Because I look up the information myself and I do 2 and 2 and I look at natural herd immunity. I make my own decision. So I don't care about that. But he did tell the truth on the other things. And I think that's what's important. Geoengineering, nope, didn't tell the truth on that either, Christine. I think everyone picks and chooses too. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like here's an example. Neil deGrasse Tyson says a lot of truth. 90-some% of what the brother says, I completely agree with. But then he gets to vaccines. And then he gets to GMOs, right? And he says something different. Well, is it possible that Neil deGrasse Tyson gets his grant money from chemical companies and makers of GMOs, perhaps, or he gets money from grants from other corporations that are involved in holding companies or companies who do that, so he can't speak out on the truth on that, but he can speak out on the truth on this? You know, like to me, it's kind of hero worship when you look for someone to say all the truth. I don't think you'll ever get that. I don't think that exists. I don't think anyone ever knows all the truth. I think there are too many lies to even encompass all of it. But I think that people tell the truth they can where they can. And I'm good with that because I'm not looking for a hero, right? Like I don't need anybody to trust. All I need to know is what's true. And for me, what's true is how my brain works, what I see, the level of information that I have. But I'm not looking to like follow Assange. I'm not looking to hate Assange. I'm not looking to follow Bernie. I'm not looking to hate Bernie. I'm not looking to follow Trump. I'm not trying to hate Trump. I'm not looking, you know, like, you see what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a reverse hero worship. Like you don't judge anyone for not being a hero. You know, we all have to make life work the way we can. I can sit here and speak the truth all I want, how much I hate money and all that stuff, but guess what? I got a bank account. You know, there's only so much you can do and there's only so much you can say until we change the world. So yeah, to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And none of those details. You know what happens when you get in these arguments like this? And I don't think it's an argument. I hope it's not an argument. I think y'all are just discussing. It eventually becomes personal. This is what I see. I'll tell you what I see. You start going back and forth and it becomes personal. Like people get emotionally invested in believing they know what's true about these situations or they don't. And once it gets personal, then you start kind of putting kinks in our armor, right? Like we're supposed to be one human race, one species, or one community that just believes in world peace and the truth and evolving and moving forward. But you start kinking away at the armor because people take it personal and they start throwing words out, right? They start getting angry. And to me, I think it's counterproductive. I think it is. This is me personally. So I don't get involved with it. I don't care what people believe. I'm only interested in what I believe. And I'm not interested in making anyone believe what I believe, because to me it's a little narcissistic, a little sociopathic. And I got my own narcissism somewhere and sociopathicism somewhere. I don't know where. If I had it, I'd be working on getting rid of it. But like, why do you want other people to believe what you believe? Like, why does anybody care? We need to fix the world. We need to fix the world. We are not facing pain. We are facing extinction. We are literally facing extinction of all multicellular organisms on this planet, except for perhaps at the bottom of the ocean. Like we kind of got slightly bigger fish to fry. Slightly bigger fish to fry. Lying is like a disease. The more lies told, the more it spreads, the more harm it causes. Absolutely, Susan. Absolutely. Lying, which is why I'm saying lying is not even a thing. It's not even a thing for a sentient species. It's not even a word in their lexicon, right? Like secrets, it's not even a word in their lexicon. There are no secrets. Like if you're a sentient creature and you're working together on a planet, that a planet is always trying to kill you, in a galaxy that's always trying to kill you, in a solar system that wants to blow your planet up. Like if you're sentient, the words don't even exist. Secrecy is not even a word. Lies aren't a word. All of that stuff came from what Rebecca said earlier, right? It came from when you had to be deceitful because you weren't evolved, right? Those things should be evolved away in the future. All right, let me get down, see what else y'all got before I get out of here. Y'all went from Assange to Seth Rich. Boy, y'all not playing today, huh? Let me say, tell the truth. Seth Rich and 4 others were the source of the leaks. They were assassinated immediately. In steps the CIA and Julian Assange, Paul Hawkins wake up. I think I agree with most of that. But none of that changed anything, right? I agree with all of that. That all makes sense. Let me see. The Bulk Media, Walter. Are y'all still? Ooh, aliens. Somebody talking about aliens. Yeah, let's talk about aliens. Who talking about aliens? I can get out of here. Alien trapped on Earth, environment hostile. That's what it is, Victoria. Alien trapped on. And what would you be, Victoria, if you were a human trapped in Monkey Zoo? You fell in the cage on accident and nobody knew you were there. You had to spend like the weekend there because the zoo went on vacation. It was a Memorial Day weekend. Nobody's coming back on Monday. What would you do? Shoot, I'd be in the corner. I fell in the cage. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm on Earth. I mean, I'm with some monkeys in the zoo, in a cage. I can't get out. I'm locked here. Let me see. What's the pecking order? Let me see. They got the silverback who can kill me. They got his girlfriend who can kill me. And they got his kids who can probably rip my arms out and beat me over the head with it. They're all violent, psychopathic, and crazy. They're murdering their own children. They eat each other's children. They rape their women. And they kill each other. Yeah. I'm going to go find a little spot in the corner. I'll go find a little spot in the corner. And I'm going to go ahead and just sit here. I'm going to let them evolve. Because, like, you know how people, and this is it's becoming an analogy, Victoria. Like, people like, well, why don't the aliens save us? How come Jesus don't come back and save us? How come Muhammad not gonna save us? Because Jesus, Muhammad, and the aliens might be that monkey, that might be the one sentient creature in the monkey cage. Like, they're looking around like, nope, this is not time to go to the silverback and teach it what a gun is. This is not the time to go tell the silverback that he needs to give health care to his people. Nah, it's not gonna do it. The silverback will beat you over the head with your own arm and eat you. Because sentient creatures, sentient aliens, if they're here, which I'm pretty sure they are, they're not gonna fight you back. Like, if you evolved out of violence, you're not, in a conflict, artificially scarce environment, they're not even gonna fight back. They'll let you beat them over the head and eat them because they know they're not actually here. They know they're wave energy, they're evolved, they're not flat earthers. They're not flat, non-spiritual creatures. Right? They know that they're not here. And that's why I think aliens aren't speaking up. They're not going to save us. Nope. I think every now and then one of them just not evolved enough and they end up in a Nikola Tesla and they do something good for us. But short of that, we got to save ourselves. It's easier to fool people to convince them that they've been fooled. Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, Patty. Mark Twain. Absolutely. It's easier to fool people than to convince them they have been fooled. Isn't that how indoctrination works, Patty? Like, that's how indoctrination works. When you form up a person, when you take a sentient creature, a spiritual creature born in a human body, and you form a self for it, you form its reality, you indoctrinate it into this is good, this is bad, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what team you're on, that's what team you're fighting, this is who likes you, this is who hates you. When you give them that, it's almost impossible to convince those people that they've been fooled. It's almost impossible. All right, good morning, Katja. Okay, let me get down. I gotta get out of here. Earth is a heavenly place. Man's psychopathy is this hell. Absolutely, Susan. Earth is a Garden of Eden. That's why we're supposed to be stewards. Hell is choosing to live in the major city. Ooh, Amanda, you're not lying. Because that's what when the zombies first walk in, when the plague happens, when there's no food and water, that's where the zombies first going to start walking. They won't be eating brains, but they'll be killing you and stealing what you got. Because that's what happens when government needs to depopulate and big corporations want to secure the debt and buy up corporations for pennies on the dollars. What happened at the Great Depression, that collapse is absolutely coming. Let me see. Oh, y'all still on it. Hassan and Chomsky are liars. It's important to know this and well proven. Don't take my word, do the research. Well, okay, I agree, Walter. Y'all stop. I agree with him. It's important to know that every human being lies. Very important to know that. Very important to know that. Don't trust anybody. Because Chomsky, and he's another, I guess they call him the gatekeeper. He'll say some truthful things. You'll jump and you'll believe he's the prophet come again. And then you ask them about the Federal Reserve. They say, oh, well, we need that Federal Reserve. We need the Rothschild central banking. It's the only way we fix things. So like I said, I don't think it's important. That's me. I think it's important to know, but if it doesn't change the outcome of what we're supposed to do, the root cause solutions, then it's not worth arguing and debating on. If I end up in jail today, please know I love you, Maha. Please don't end up in jail today. There are tons of files on UFOs and the Freedom of Information Act. Yeah, there are, Audra, because aliens are real. Please tell the humans. Please tell the humans that they're only alone in their own little heads and they've never been alone, that there's always been other things here, that it's a narcissistic and a sociopathically centrally focused thing to think that you're the only thing in the universe, and the universe is the big place. It's because the governments lie about this stuff. Why? Because I think that people realize that there's something better than liars and killers and people who kill children for jobs. All politicians. If there's something better than people who want to constantly lie to you so that you got whistleblower apocalypse, so people got to come out and tell you. I think if people realize there was something greater, that some creatures actually made it off of their planet of conflict, they actually made it past this idea of governance, they wouldn't believe the government no more. I don't see a whole bunch of conspiracy in that. I just think that's what they always do. Like, if we were a king, if we were kings and this was our kingdom, we wouldn't want, and we were like violent, murderous, we were killers, we wanted to control our people, we wouldn't let them know that the kingdom next door was doing good. We wouldn't let them know that they had freedom and democracy and love and people dancing in the streets, flying UFOs all over checking out new solar systems. We got freedom, no government. And we're not gonna let them know that the next kingdom over got that. No, we tell them the next kingdom over, they're murderers and killers. They want to eat you. Or they don't exist at all. There's nothing over there. The earth is flat. You walk to the edge of it, it's gonna fall off. Some turtles, they carry the earth, it's flat. You'll die. Don't sail to the end. Like, I think the funny thing, Audrey, if you look at history, it literally explains what's happening right now. But people don't know their history. And they don't know how to link together human nuances and behavior and what they've always done, we're still doing. All right. Oh my, do I have some screenshots to show y'all? Thought I felt the disturbance in the force, the Borg. All right, Daniel, I look forward to seeing that. Maybe, unless I'm picking my nose or something. Yeah, it's tough to know yourself if you've been brainwashed. And that's why they brainwash people, Jeannie. That's why they indoctrinate people. That's why you have a Department of Education, to make your kids cheer gang violence, to make your kids cheer that Crip sign, they call it flag, to make your kids have a gang national anthem, to make it okay to murder other people on a planet where some creature called Jesus Christ and God and Allah and Buddha and all the rest of them came here to tell y'all that you do not make it unless you learn to grow up. That you don't make it unless you respect and love each other. You don't make it unless you feed each other. You don't make it unless you don't do banking. The only thing that got Christ upset in the church. And then all the mega churches went off and got big bank accounts. Started to take tithes and offering and money. All right, good morning, Josh. I gotta get going. I gotta get going. Let me see. The key to changing the entire world is one truth to the human experience. Absolutely, Audrey. I think the key to fixing everything is just no secrets. It's just truth. That's it. The truth that, you don't have anything to be scared of. You don't actually die. You're wave energy, so you can act on what's right, on no fear. Act like the planet is a video game. And you get points by doing good things and saying truthful things. Like, pretend it's like a Mario game. Y'all remember Mario? You kind of run around, you see the coin, you got to jump up, hit it with your head. You're running around, hit that coin, cha-ching! You got to jump over the alligator and jump up, hit it, cha-ching! Pretend life is like a video game where you're not scared. Y'all remember Pitfall, where you don't fall in the pit? Pretend like life is a video game, and every time that you don't vote for a government that's murdering people for jobs, you're getting a coin. Cha-ching! Every time you say something true, you get a coin. Every now and then you fail. But I think when you don't have fear and you know that you're living out a human experience and you're here to learn and here to do what's right, then you can fight the good fight. As long as they can make you scared, as long as they can give you fear of the Republicans, give you fear of the Democrats, and give you fear of the left and the right, give you fear of, whatever you're scared of, fear of Russia, fear of China, then you'll accept some evil that somebody else wants you to do because they're worse. When they can convince you that there is a least of the evils, that's how you control a human race. That's how you dominate a planet. When you got creatures that don't have any fear, you can stand down any violent-based system. That's the whole point of this video. Violent powers concede when you're no longer scared of the violence. You're no longer scared of their violence. Violence ends when you are no longer scared of violent people. As long as you're scared of them, as long as you're scared of what they can do to you, what they've done to others, then you won't change anything. As long as you're scared of Republicans, you're stuck with the murderous Democrats. As long as you're scared of the murderous Democrats, you're stuck with the murderous Republicans. There is no least of the evils. There is walking towards sentience and evolving, and there's keeping the current system because you're scared. We got to stop being cowards. Stop being cowards. That's how we move forward. Eileen says we have to get rid of the Fed to start. We absolutely have to get rid of the Fed, Eileen. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Central banking can't exist anywhere on this planet because children live here. And bankers will only print enough to keep conflict going, to keep them in power, to keep everybody focused on robbing and killing and stealing and financial violence, job, career violence on each other, taking what each other has, getting more than the other, so they won't worry about the banks at the top. So absolutely, central banking, absolutely, positively, has to go. Brother Anthony is in the house, but you got a last comment? I'm going back to the guitar, yes. Something about musicians. They say musicians, they have their left and their right brain active. Connects in the middle. That's why I see all these deep comments from you. Yes, Lori has no fear, no secrecy. Absolutely. That's the beginnings in changing the planet. The Bank of Federal Reserve and that central Rothschild banking, it keeps people in conflict and it keeps them scared. So as long as they're scared and not having money in their bank account and they can't eat to survive, you got problems. But then again, the first step might just be empathy. First step might just be love, because nobody cares what the Federal Reserve is doing. Nobody cares about the other. Nobody even cares to change out of their indoctrination. So they have the empathy for looking around the world and seeing what this system is doing. All right, how to get going? Y'all, I gotta get going. Fear stops Fear stops change indeed. It absolutely does, Christine, and that's what the whole purpose of fear is there. Fear is there to keep the status quo. Anyone who tries to scare you is an abuser, who does not want the status quo to change. All right, this is Gerard, get it going. Love y'all to death. Great discussion. Y'all stop fussing so much. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Pigs don't know, pigs stink. Don't be a pig.